What's going on in Edmonton's real estate market? Well, tune in because we're going to talk about what happened in the month of April right now. Hi, this is Melody Wilson with the ReLife team at RE/MAX Elite, and today I'm going to talk to you about what is happening in Edmonton's real estate market for the month of April. So we had a very strong start to the year, and April was no different. April was actually one of the busiest months we've seen in a very long time. So we're going to talk about what happened in terms of average days on market, the average price, and what is the popular price point that's moving right now. So no big surprise that the absorption rate for if you want to sell your house, your chances have gone to 46.55%. That means basically you have a 50% chance almost to sell your house if you put your house on the market. And what we're seeing in the market is you have a much higher chance of selling if your house is priced correctly and if it's staged correctly. Your house has extremely high odds of selling, and not only selling, but selling at the dollar that you actually want. If you look at the last year, you'll see that April was the highest chance of selling over the last 12 months. So the trend is moving upwards. Wonder if we're going to continue to go upwards? We went up from March, April. I'm suspecting in May that we may have a little bit of a drop in the absorption rate because it's not as busy, but it is still quite busy. So the average price in Edmonton for single-family homes is still very similar to what it was the last month in March, and we're sitting at $470,000. And if you look at last year, we're still quite a bit higher than we were last year. So definitely the house prices have gone up, and that is something that every seller has been wanting to hear for a very long time. As a buyer, if you're looking to buy a home, you do need to expect that you are going to pay more than you would have in the previous years past. Also, you're going to be dealing with multiple offers and just a lack of inventory to find a home. So you will be paying more. Don't forget to calculate the interest rates because the interest rates do account for how much the affordability is compared to even if you were to pay less money last year with a higher interest rate. So in April, we had more listings than we did in March, but if you look at year over year, actually a little bit down from the inventory level we were at last year at the time. If you remember last year in April, we were actually at a very quiet market because there was a lot of unknowns going on in the world and everything kind of paused. This year, of course, is completely different. Everyone's very busy and everyone is looking to purchase a home before the summer market is going to be taking into effect. So the sales in detached single-family homes has actually increased not only month over month, but year over year. Take a look at the trend and you'll see that we have actually sold more homes than we have in the last year, and it continues to rise. The sales continue to be very strong, and the inventory levels, even if they are rising, they're not able to keep up with all the inventory that's selling. What does this mean for you as a seller? As a seller, if you're moving up into a new home or you're downsizing or you're what we call right-sizing, you need to consider all things and make sure you make a plan. We sometimes in the past have wanted to put your house on the market to sell first before finding you a home. Now we may want to be looking for a home before. It all depends on the area that you're in, what kind of home you're selling, and what kind of home you're looking to get into. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution. We sit down and customize a plan specifically for you to make sure it works. This market is ever-changing, and we have to be very intentional about what we're doing, not only to sell your home, but also when we find you a home. The average days on market in single-family homes has never been this low. We're sitting now at an average of 30 days on market, and that's an all-time low for the last couple of years. And so that means your house is going to sell fast. Our average days prior to this spike in sales has always been 30 days, and our average days on market has also gone down to just a few weeks. So if you are doing what we set out in our plan, customized specifically for your property, you will see some really good results. As a buyer, what this means is you just got to be ready to move. If you see a house on Monday that comes on the email, you're not going to be able to wait till Friday to look at it. You might not even be able to wait till Wednesday. So just make sure you're in touch so that we can get you into this home before, and likely the sellers are going to want to wait until everyone looks at the house. That's a very normal thing in this market that you will be competing. Whether you're competing with one person, 5, or 10 is something that you'll have to consider. If you're wondering how you're supposed to win multiple offers, you'll want to make sure that you want to watch one of our How to Win Multiple Offers video in our YouTube channel. So what is the hottest price point that is selling right now? As always, that's been no different. It's been 300 to 400,000, with 400 to 500,000 slightly a little bit lower in market distribution for sales. Now, one thing I've seen become very extremely in demand is in St. Albert from 300 to 400,000. If something comes up that's move-in ready, be prepared. That thing will not last almost a minute. Like, it just goes so quickly, and that is something, if you own a home in St. Albert in that price range, if you're looking to sell in that price range, make sure you reach out to me, because there's a lot of buyers looking for that product. And if you're looking to move up, this may be the opportunity for you to do that this year. So in summary, April has been a very, very busy month so far for 2021. May is no different. May has also stayed quite busy. May typically is actually the busiest time of year. So in a few weeks, when we look at the May market statistics, I'll let you know how May fared compared to April. And if you're curious about if you should get into the real estate market for this year, or if you should wait, or did you miss the boat already, make sure to reach out for single family homes. It's always a strong market. For the condominium market, it's still not a good time. The only good time to sell a condo is when you're actually just ready to lose money. So if you have any questions about real estate market in general, if you're looking to move across the country, if you're looking to move across provinces or within the same provinces, we can actually get you connected. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.